Okay, turns out I've been forgetting to do something pretty insignificant. Completely blanked on the fact I can examine things. That envelope's been bothering me since I came here. It's not nice to pick up other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? That I do, but they read it first, apparently. Still, I'm allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek is out the question. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say. One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. It certainly does look like first-rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please have one on me. Polish is colourless. Nice roses. You taking care of this one here? Yeah, she's surprisingly delicate, you know. Requires careful tending, but she's my best friend, as they say. Best? Come on now, I'm starting to feel bad for you. Oh. Of course, she's known to bite if handled roughly. Your rose bites? I was speaking of the photo next to the rose. My retriever, Vongo. Cute but feisty. Every dog has its form. Just as much as a dork as ever, Phoenix, eh? That's some chair. Just looking at it makes me want to take a seat. You probably have to add a whole digit to the price of one of my office chairs. In here, comfortable chairs are the most valuable thing in the world. You have to add 2 digits to the price of the standard prison-issued chair for this. This prison chair won't so bad either. Maybe I should redecorate. Strange, you know. Here I am in solitary, yet the books keep piling up. Looks like you got more than books up there. Ah yes, my collection. I have a few friends on the prison staff. They show me a little kindness. Just a little. Going home by any chance? No, I was just checking out the door. Oh. Good thing I'm far too stubborn to take hints like that. Maybe just sidle over for a closer look. That's an awfully small frame. What's that inside? A stamp? But please don't touch that, I'll get in trouble. That stamp belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it somewhere she can see it. That's Second Valant, the Gambrys, isn't it? The post office issued that commemorative stamp last year, when the Gambrys were at the height of their popularity. Not anymore. Now one of them's vanished off the face of the earth. Vera went to see one of the shows when she was quite small. She's been a dedicated fan ever since. She's watched them every time they come on TV until the end. I see. That sounds quite hard to come by, I hear. I still wonder how she got her hands on it. Is this you and Vera? Yes, we took that one quite recently. I know I'm a painter. Why not paint a portrait instead? I've never been that good at people, unfortunately. Right. Shouldn't you practice? What's this red envelope? Don't touch that. That's quite important. The painter's face has changed hues. Guess I better behave, or it's tempting to just grab it. That's a pretty bottle. Don't touch that, please. I'll get in trouble. It belongs to Vera, you see. She always puts it on some... well, she can see it. She looks at it often. There's a light pink fluid inside. Nail polish, I'm guessing. There's a finished painting stacked here. They don't look all that bad, really. I'll sell you one for 50 cents. That's okay, they look kind of heavy. Oh. Maybe he needs to work on his sales technique a bit. He uses these gizmos for painting. They're pretty elaborate. Those aren't for painting, they're there for analysing. Paint composition, age, every conceivable angle. Tools of the forgery trade, I guess. Paints and pigments lined up on the shelves with some noticeable gaps. It's embarrassing, but I can't afford all the paints I want. I insist on buying the ones I use with my own money. I can see how you want to do that, sure. Perhaps you've heard you can make any colour, as long as you have the 3 primary colours. Well, it's a lie. Poor guy. Paints are scattered around, probably ones he's currently using. There's something very artistic about a messy room. Not that this is anything compared to my office. I guess that'd make my room a masterpiece. What's this painting here? Ah, that's one of mine. An illustration for a book. It's not on sale yet, of course. I thought it might be good business. As a father, I want to be able to put food on my daughter's table. Not a thing I know anything about, at least not yet. And then there's this. My stamp. Hey, she spoke. She can talk. So this stamp. Isn't True Gramarye amazing? Yes. Oh. I especially like those two, Zack and Valent. I mean, they're just so magical. Aren't they? Aren't they? Yeah. Whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know? Me too. I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic, yeah. Alright, she's talking. Not saying much, but it's a start. I went and saw them with Father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Gallery Museum of Magic. The Gallery Museum? They have one of those? Guess it makes sense how they have their own commemorative stamp. So, you've been to one of their shows? Just once, when I was little with Father. The galleries on stage, it was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together, they do it all. Yeah, maybe you keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valent, maybe? Oh, sure. Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind.
They're the best in the world.
You mean Troop Gamma? Of course.
Father gave it to me.
Your father? But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it.
Oh, I guess I just took it, yeah.
Took it?
Father got a letter from that person.
That person? You mean the letters from the client?
We talked about the Gamma Rays forever that day. I'm sure that's why he sent the stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it.
They're a sneaky one, this client. They were trying to get on her good side.
I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here.
Why don't you like the outside?
There's bad people out there.
True, but there's lots of good people too. Actually, I should tell you, she was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been... Well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Gamma Ray Museum. With you, in fact. Yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such desire to me.
That person gave me a good luck charm.
A good luck charm?
For when I absolutely had to go outside.
Apparently she received something, a gift, from that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was.
Father, I told you to keep that a secret.
From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. So you met the person who asked you to do this job? And you talked with them? Was this about a good luck charm you received?
I can't talk about it.
Huh?
If I do it, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told.
Yes, but I really, really have to know. Oh, sweetie. Time to do some psych unlocking. Your father tells you you're good at painting all sorts of things.
I really like painting a lot. Father's always very happy when I paint them exactly the same.
So you did this too?
Yes, that was my first job.
Your first?
All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this is totally different. The pen slips and the way the writer held the pen, the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope to analyze it on a computer.
She seems happy. Odd. Her work is the last nail in the Gamma Ray coffin. I guess no one told her. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you this stamp?
No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem.
The problem? She keeps her inside all the time? Don't go outside if you don't...
Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm. A good luck charm.
A good luck charm that your client gave you? I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? This is what they gave you, wasn't it? The same bottle is over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right?
I heard once, cosmetics are once thought to ward off evil. this is a magic bottle. It has the power.
Of course it does. I refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client?
Take that!
This man is a friend of mine. Do you know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually.
I promised not to tell. I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client. I promised. If I break my promise, the spell won't work.
I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm, then?
I think they might be the devil.
Huh?
Or maybe an angel.
What do you mean?
I saw it. Or I think I saw it when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face.
Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil?
No, the client was gentle with a gentle smile.
So where'd you see this devil, then?
It was so quick, I don't remember well. But that's when I knew the person wasn't like the other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm.
I'm not sure what this devil she saw was. But it's pretty clear Christoph Gavin has her charmed. I think that's all. I'll be going now. I'm sorry for what happened. If you want to apologise, try my client, Zach Gamery.
Did I do something bad?
What makes you think that?
Your eyes, they're sad, very sad.
I'll put on my smile next time I come. Promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera.
Oh, okay.
Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realised it, it was already too late. One of the restaurant tables. This one's closest to the piano, which makes it the hardest to eat at, I hear. On days when I'm playing, that is. What do you think about the ukulele? The sound is slight, the annoyance curtailed. A ukulele in a Russian restaurant? Then you must go to a Hawaiian restaurant. Hawaiian shirts don't go with my complexion. I give up. This is wine. Is it refreshing? I usually drink too much and it ends up making me thirsty. Oh, Mr. Bright. There's something inside that bottle. Huh? It's my business card. You aren't surprised at all. Perhaps you don't like magic? I sure felt surprised. Maybe I had my poker face on. I must say it comes as quite a surprise. I never knew you played. I'd do anything else if I could, believe me. Oh yeah, there's something you could help me with. Do you think you could make the piano disappear? It'd help out in a lot of ways, really. You say the funniest things with the straightest face. People always tell me that, except I wasn't joking. Mr. Zack, can you tell me about this? Mr. Wright, we meet for the first time in 7 years. You can offer me this, please. It wasn't a present. The guy's a hard sell. Or I won't get a rise out of him unless I show him something real interesting. It's a long shot, but wait. Come on. I'm not even allowed to proceed with them. Okay, right. What do you think about this, Gavin? I need to mind you, I'm not a free man. I care little about the outside world, save advances in chair technology. No information forthcoming, I guess. Oops. Hmm. Aradoni. I've heard of that brand. This must be the brand symbol. It's supposed to be some kind of flower. No, maybe it's a hand? On second thought, is it an eagle? Who makes these things up anyway? You're gonna try for a clearer symbol at least. So I'm going to have to jump back to Mr. Walkthrough, I'm afraid, because I don't know how to proceed with these. I've never been good with this sidewalk stuff.
Take that! Take that! Take that!
Troop Gamma Ray's performances were very, very popular. So popular they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We're not merely the latest craze, we're an age, a golden age. It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes. Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. A part of his memory still locked up. There's one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop was a world unto itself. If our leader Magnify was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But Mr. Right, then he would have to hide. He would have had to have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Fallon's got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnify covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Right? I'm so close, there has to be something. About how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Fallon's relationship with Magnify. I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands completely. It's going to take a little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands, and this information proves my Magnify had so much power over you. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Gamma Ray's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnify Gamma Ray's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnify's power over you, I don't know what was. It was. It was an accident. There's no proof, none at all. But Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Gamma Ray? The Master, Magnify Gamma Ray, his only daughter, and his two disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident, but that's all it was, an accident. Zack and Fallon's tour de force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight forward to that beautiful body on stage. And then crash, sing, pow into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives, and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. And that led to blackmail, I take it? It's all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Why did Magnifi Gamera try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is it was a critical time for the Truth Gamera, the passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valent. We all sacrificed so that we could make it so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, and yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his own daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads? Things were dark behind the scenes in Truth Gamera, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's own life? True. Had I not thought of that accident, I'd not thought of that accident in a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but it has helped a lot. Not to find Magnifi's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there's one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter. He called himself a newsman at the time. I often spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I've forgotten. But in course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner Zack. I liked him a lot. I see. His name. I don't recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see. Thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Light. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. I'm sorry. I began to notice a dark curtain hanging over Truth Gamera. I began to realise what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman. I never learned who that was at the time, but I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. The smile, the sickly sweet smell of mint, the last floss fin thread connecting Zack Gamera to this world. Sooner or later I'd have to track him down. Alright, that's all of those cleared. Oh, here we go. Huh? Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misson was poisoned and his daughters... Yes, I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd tracked down Cassius a little quicker, end quote. Were you on trial of the case the whole time? Zach Amory was a good friend. Zach said something to that effect back to the Bullshit Bowl Club. What a character, what a man. If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, are you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not the other way round, end quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. Those 3 paintings. Audrey's works, of course. Which is to say, Vera's works, really. Or to be even more precise, Vera's forgeries of someone else's works. Of course, if you demanded her in total precision... Actually, there's nothing more. I was about to say... This is where Mr. Missum fell. Never thought our 7-year reunion would be quite like this. Well, you knew Mr. Missum? I met him once, in court. It was a brief meeting, but one I remember the rest of my life. Now that's a story right there, that is. I smell a scoop. Exeter now down his but pianist plays Sonata of Sorrow, end quote. I'm all ears, let's have it, don't hold anything back. Could you at least get rid of the down his luck part? That's not a sort of equipment to find a painter's studio. Of course, it makes more sense when you know they were making forgeries. I guess that's why they never took visitors. Wouldn't really want people seeing all this. Yes, in fact, I was the first human being ever to set foot inside this studio. Other than Mr. Missum, of course. And Vera, too. And this is assuming that I'm human, of course. I'm beginning to have my doubts. Let's take a closer look at that desk. This envelope's from the client who requested the forgery. Just think, if that had gotten lost in the mail, I'd still be wearing my attorney's badge. A picture of a young Mr. Missum and a very young Vera. They're smiling. They look happy. Of course, now Mr. Missum has passed away, and Vera's on death's doorstep at the hospital. Guess I'll just do what I can and hope it's enough.
Objection!
I just have to do that when I see this post. I can't believe it's been 7 years. I have to stop torturing myself with these things. I know, I'll just pretend it's saying something else. The post office? Why, it's right over there. Good day, sir. One more time.
Objection!
Ah, my dog. A drafting table, probably making detailed designs for forgeries. You know what I think about that? I'll tell you. Paint should be done freehand. No rules, no restrictions. You really think a line drawn by a ruler is going to move anyone? I smell a letter to the editor. Could you write an article without a ruler? End quote. Unless you wanted a ruler to write the address on the blackmail letter straight. That's what I think. You can quote me on that too. You could drop this guy on a deserted island and he wouldn't get bored. Look at all the jars of paints and pigments. Why are there so many jars of the same colour? My guess is they're sorted by age. Age? When you're making a forgery, it's important to match the age of the original, see? Paint compositions change a lot over the years. Oh, right. Did you learn that in journalism school? Journalist relies on writing skill and imagination, end quote. As long as you don't do news stories by imagination. Either that or I just bought a lot of the same colour by mistake. I find myself not caring anymore. Door outside. Vera might come walking in any moment if she wasn't in intensive care. Will she ever come through that door again, I wonder? Jesus, Phoenix, way to kill the mood. Alright, you, let's talk. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery's a serious crime and they paid the price. You know what really did them in, though, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on the back of the neck and freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Drew Misham felt like he was being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves long ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he's being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gamry got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then for 7 years he talks to no one, not a soul. Then just as the remaining time is almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then he died. And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time. Maybe not just me, maybe you were too. Me? I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of McAfee? No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean the accident during the quick door shooting practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Valiant Gamma did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with McAfee Gamma at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared quite suddenly at that, and McAfee wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a snoot, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. I get caught up in a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Gamma. Something strange was in the air over the true Gamma Ray those days. The whole screwy mentor controlling disciples scenes. It started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all right. Come on, you can tell me off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, or 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant. He's been waiting this whole time? 7 years, huh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the McAfee miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this? The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give this rights to Zach and Valent? So Valent waited until Zach died legally, at least. The Time finally comes and bounds like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for a show at Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent Gamma-Ray. Lost out to his partner at work and in love too. Love? It's the same old story, really. Two disciples and their mentor's only daughter. Well, there's three sides and all of them pointy. A love triangle. That is pretty classic. When you're performing in a troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Mr. Brushel, can you take a look at this? I hear you loud and clear, loud and clear. You want me to write an article on that, right? What's the angle? No, that's okay, I don't need an article. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on it. I hear you, I hear you. You want me to sniff around for a scoop? Well, you've come to the right nerds, my friend. It's odorless. Thanks. That was less than informative. Mr. Brushel, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course, I was friends with Zack after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I never forget his wife. Thalassa Gamma-Ray. Menifee Gamma-Ray's only daughter. Do you think you can tell me more about her? Oh, why the heck not? So Thalassa married Zack and they had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They'd only been married a year. I didn't know. Oh, but she was a beauty. I still carry her portrait photo of her around, you know. That's the fucking Bulgarian singer, isn't it? I've known Trucy since she was a little too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy, end quote. What? But Trucy said she's an only child. Yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? The first husband who died during the performance? Yeah, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child. Do you think I can borrow that photo? Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know. I won't need the locket anymore then. But return to Trucy before I forget. People and events get all tangled here and there and bigger, don't you think? I was too busy wondering about Bigger to listen to what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who'll close the curtain on this little play. Apparently that's not my role anymore. Menifee. I was just wondering what Menifee would think of all this. What do you mean? Have you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It was the same with Menifee. And his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some Gamma Ray gene? Magnify once told me back when Zack married Thalassa, he said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Gamma Ray's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Gamma Ray secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone. Zack Gamma Ray. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Gamma Ray fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Gamma Ray's power. A power which passed from Magnify Gamma Ray to Thalassa, to the next generation. I'd once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together.